everybody. This is Lakin from Saving the Bacon. Okay, so this is my Motivational May video, and we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to try to edit it in a way to show you the questions, as well as for you to be able to see my face. So, today is my video. On Monday was the Traveling and Savings Chief. On Friday will be Leela Budgets, and on Saturday will be Bayesian Girl Budgets. Sorry if I keep looking down because I'm looking at my papers. Now, the reason why I wanted to do it this way is because I do not have the answers to my questions written down. It has been insane this month. Every day there's been something happening. So I haven't been able to sit down and fully write out everything, but I'm going to talk with you about it now. Okay, so our first page is mindset. The meaning of mindset refers to an individual's beliefs and attitude to events, people, or circumstances in their life. Mindset factors into personality by having power of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors of an individual. So, our first question is, how do you set your mindset for success? Now, for me, I have ADHD. It's undiagnosed, but I definitely know I have it. So I would say that the best way for me to have my mindset, especially for the financial things, would be watching y'all's videos, watching the girls from the village save money, and how, the fun ways they save money and what their goals are, and when they hit a goal, when the bells rang. Seeing everybody else succeed helps me set my mind to succeed. So number 2 question would be, what behaviors do I have towards money? I can tell you they're a lot better than they were. So I have come to realize that since finding the village and making these videos, that when I have cash money, like my tip money that I get at work, I purposefully try my hardest not to spend it on anything because I want to save it. I want to use it for a video. I want to save it in a challenge so I get that much closer to ringing a bell. Not to mention, I've got this goal of being debt-free, so the more I can ring that bell, the closer I get to that debt-free goal. How does your mindset impact your day? Well, once again, I don't want to spend my cash money, so a lot of times I will not stop anywhere on my way home from work to get fast food or something. I might do that once a month, if that. Not to mention here lately, in the past few weeks, my brain has been like, okay, I'm going to have to work late, but that's money. I'm going to stay at work later than normal because that's money. That's money I can save. That's money. What part of me do I want to reinforce? What part of me do I want to reinforce? Well, probably staying on track with my work days, which is kind of hard to do because between my mom and my boyfriend, everybody wants me to do stuff with them. So I've had to finagle my schedules here and there, and so that we can go do this or go do that. And I want to try to get in as much work time as I possibly can so that I still get the good paycheck that's going to pay this bill or that bill so I can get on it. So probably reinforce myself in being motivated enough to go to work. Where do I see myself in a year or 5 years? In a year, I will be debt free. I will not have any debt that is accumulating interest whatsoever. I still want to be able to use like my cashback card. Like I usually use my Apple. I want to be able to use that for like groceries, but then immediately pay it off. I don't want to have any interest accumulating on anything. 5 years, let's see. 5 years. I'll be 41. I would like to have a significant amount of savings and be able to have a retirement something happening, because in my profession there is no retirement, there is no 401k. I work for a small business, so there's no medical insurance, nothing like that. I would like to be able to have some sort of retirement happening and a significant amount of savings. Just to also be totally prepared for any incident that may possibly arise. Our next page is motivational. What motivates you? Oh, wait, I better read the caption first, the section caption. Motivation is the drive that influences actions and behaviors rooted in internal and external factors. Understanding personal motivation can enhance goal settings, perseverance, and achievement of meaningful outcomes. So, what motivates you? Well, what motivates me is family. My mom, as most of you know, Mom had cancer last year, and I took her to all of her chemo, radiation. We're still doing immunotherapy to make sure the cancer doesn't come back. But it dawned on me fairly recently that me and my boyfriend are the youngest. I mean, technically my brother's a little bit younger than me, but he's got a lot of anxiety. He doesn't work. Mom mainly takes care of him. But me and Jason are the youngest, and his brother and sisters are the same age as my mom and my dad. And at some point in time, they're all going to be reliant on the two of us. So I'm motivated to get into a good place so I can help financially take care of them. I don't want my mom to need for anything. I don't want her to have to worry when she gets older, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I can't work, that kind of thing. So my family's a huge motivator in all of it. What keeps you motivated? Once again, that would probably be a lot to do with the village. Watching y'all's videos and seeing y'all hit goals, that is very motivating to me. To just be like, Kimmy saved this much money and now she's set on that goal. Well, I want to do that too. you know? Um, what do you what do you do when you lose it? Um, well, I don't lose it often. I'm usually a pretty chill, like go with the flow person. I always have been, even as a kid. Um, but I have to say, usually when I do lose it, it's because nobody's listening to what I have to say. I'm hangry. And or burning up and tired, like just wore out tired. And when I do lose it in those scenarios, I get whiny. I pitch a fit. I might cuss. I have been known to throw things once in a while. And I have been known to hit somebody, but I give them fair warning. I tell them multiple times, I'm like, stop. I'm not with that, before I actually throw a punch. But that one's very, very, very rare. That's only happened like a few times in my adult life. And it's usually like family, like my boyfriend, I try my best to behave myself, but you get to a point where everything's stacking up and it just all of a sudden you break. How to make a comeback. Well, if we're still talking about the losing it, I usually, like, once I am feeling better, I'll apologize. And I'm not done apologizing until whoever forgives me. But, yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. What do you tell yourself? Only human. Only human. Try to be better. But, things happen for a reason. God knows why things happen. So, if I lose it, it's probably because I needed to get something out. We got how do you find motivation? Well, I keep saying it, but like watching y'all's videos, a lot of that helps. Just sitting and dwelling on what goals I would like to achieve, something I might like to have or do. That sometimes will pull me back to a motivational place where I'm like, oh, I mean, if I can get this done, I can start saving for that or do this. And yeah, we're on the right page. Okay. How do you maintain your mindset? Just looking back on the family stuff, what I want to achieve for them, and watching you guys, seeing your wins. Like, you guys just you don't know. You just don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of you have had the same experience as me, having a terrible time with money, but then finding the village and starting videos, and it just like pulls you out of it, and you're able to, actually save money where you weren't able to do it before and get out of debt. So yeah, watching you guys does a lot for my motivation and mindset to get me where I feel like I need to be. What steps can you take to move towards mindfulness? I feel like that one has a lot to do with just thinking of other people and what's going on around you. Like, I took my mom and one of my boyfriend's sisters with me to the flea market Sunday. Um, like I said, both of them are in their 50s. Medically, both of them are feeble. So the whole ride there is very curvy hour-long ride. So I kept a check on them, how you feeling? You getting nauseous? Do you need me to pull over? I was going 10 miles under the speed limit just because I was trying to make sure that they didn't get sick on the way there and not be able to enjoy themselves. The girls at work, let's say we're having a busy day and Tiffany is running behind and she's done a pedicure, but she hasn't had time to clean up her mess back there yet. But I've got a customer that's running late. So I will go back there and clean it up for her so she don't have to worry about it. Just the thinking of others, trying to help where you can help. That's a good move towards mindfulness. Our next one is, what are some roadblocks to being motivated? Well, I feel like I don't have a lot of energy. I have PCOS, I have a thyroid issue, and those things drain your energy. I'm also low vitamin D, low iron, all of that drains your energy. So a lot of times I'll sit on the couch and I'll think, I need to clean this. Like, I need to clean the bathroom. But I just can't make myself get up and go do it. I can't physically make myself get up because it's not something that's urgent. It's not something I absolutely have to do at the moment. So I can't make myself do it. And that's a big one for me on the roadblocks of being motivated. Just having that lack of energy. So I try really hard to force myself to do things. And like right now, I'm making this video on Tuesday morning. And I've decided to do it like pretty much first thing in the morning, because if I don't do it now and I just sit on the couch and lay around with our little dog, then next thing you know, my boyfriend's sister's gonna be out here bringing me eggs to take to work and sell, and then I'm gonna have to get dressed and ready for work, and then I have to go to work, and then Jason will be home this evening, so I won't want to film when he's home. I feel weird about that. And then we're leaving tomorrow to go to the concert, so Jason will be here when I wake up, so I won't be able to film when I get up, so then I wouldn't have a video out. So I've had to make myself come in here and do it. But yeah, I keep pushing through as best I can. There's probably a good reason why I don't have a lot of energy. I'm sure God has a reason for it. Maybe if I had too much energy, I might get hurt or in trouble or something. Who knows? Do you have personal, financial, and family motivations? Personal, I really want to make sure that I'm set for retirement at some point and have a good emergency savings. I feel like those are very essential, and I've never had those before. I have never, it was never taught to me. It never occurred to me to have those things before. But now, at almost 36 years old, I've figured out, I should probably already have some of that stuff going. Personal, I would call that personal. Financial, I know this is a long shot. The financial and family, I feel like, is going to go together here, but this is a long shot. But I would really like to one day be able to buy this field that's like not even a mile away from my house. I'd like to buy that piece of land and have a house built on it, or a double wide put on it, something like that, and be able to move my mom and dad into it, and my brother, because I'm sure he'll come along. But I would love to be able to do that, so that they didn't have to worry about mortgage anymore, and the only thing they would have to worry about is paying their water bill and electric, internet, if they must have it. Plus they would be right next to me, so the older they got and the more they needed physical help from me, I would just be right here down the road. Next is, do you have a support system? Well, I can talk to Mom or my friend Bree about my saving stuff, but they don't watch the videos with the village, so they get excited with me about like paying something off, like where I just paid my Jeep off. They get very excited with me about that kind of thing, and so does Jason and his family. But like, Jason doesn't really understand me setting the goal to pay off all my debt, and like, he knows I need to. He knows it's a good thing that I'm doing that, but he's also a hindrance because he's constantly like, can you get off this Saturday? Can you get off the Saturday, the blah, blah, blah? I want to go down to Myrtle Beach and eat at that seafood buffet. Like, well, Saturday's the day that I work the most hours, which means I have the most customers, which means that's when I make most of my money for my paycheck. But he's a hindrance as far as that goes. Keeping Mom happy mentally probably is as well, because her favorite thing in the world is shopping. Luckily, it is flea market yard sale season, so most of that shopping isn't very expensive. But she does typically like to go to like TJ Maxx, Ross's, that kind of thing. So I have support in the way that everybody is proud of me and excited for me when I do finish something, but it's really the village that is very supportive on keeping it up, keeping me going. You guys are so sweet, and the comments are just so motivating that the village is my main support system. How do you motivate others? Well, typically I try to be totally and completely honest about everything. I feel like if you're so ashamed that you don't want to talk about something, it's probably something you shouldn't have been doing. So even if it's something that I'm a little embarrassed about, or a little like, well, guess what I did, I'll still tell it, because I'm not the only one that does stuff that feels a little embarrassed about it. Like my last video yesterday, I told you guys about how I pulled money from the Aim for the Stars challenge to go to the flea market with Mom and my boyfriend's sister Sunday. Well, that's what I designated that challenge for. However, I did not intend on pulling money out of it this soon, because I did not know that we were going to go to that one. And I'm a little sad that I got into it, but I'm not the only one that has to get into challenges and do stuff like that. I would like to tell everybody everything I can about myself, so that you can see a relation. You can see something in your life that relates to mine, and you can see how I handle it, and see if there's a way, if that helps you handle your situation. It's always best to be truthful about that stuff, because then you can reach more people. Our last little section here is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of your current experience without overreacting or getting lost in thoughts. Now that's hard because I've got the ADHD. So our number one is, what are my current thoughts and feelings towards finances? Well, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I paid off my Jeep. I'm getting close. I mean, I still got quite a bit of money to put towards my debt, but we're getting there. And I can feel, a light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm feeling pretty good about my finances right now. How am I currently interacting with my finances? Trying to make as much money as possible at work. Try not to spend any unnecessary amounts of money if I can. Now, I do, with the ADHD, it typically comes craft hopping, which means you get into some sort of craft subject, spend a bunch of money on that, make a few things, and then never touch the product again. So I'm really bad for that. Very, very bad for that. I've got boxes and boxes of yarn because I took up crocheting like a year ago. And I haven't crocheted anything in a hot minute. So I've been doing really good about restricting myself on that. I do have a specific crafty project that I'm working towards doing. But I am slowly getting one item at a time. I'm not trying to buy it all at once, put it on a credit card all at once. I'm not doing that. I'm waiting till I get paid, and I'll get maybe an item or two at like this last order I made with Amazon. I had to get gloves for work. That was a necessity for work. So I went ahead and ordered two items that go along with this craft project. I will need quite a bit more than those two items for the specific craft project, but I have those two. And then like a month ago, I got one item that will go with it too. So I'm just like putting it all together as I get each item, and then once I have everything, we will start the project. So I'm being more mindful about how I'm spending my money on these projects while still being able to collect what I need to do the project eventually. Being patient. How can I appreciate the second quarter of my financial journey? Well, I just feel like I've made so much progress in this quarter. Yeah, I feel like I've made a lot of progress in this quarter. I very much appreciate that this is the 3 paycheck month. That is very helpful as well. I think I've hit most of my goals this quarter. Let's see. Well, I hit the one big one. I hit the pay off the Jeep. I've not really done any of. Well, I've saved for the flea market. I haven't really done any of the other ones yet. I thought I had done better. Well, that's why you should always go back and look at your goals and keep yourself on track, apparently. Um, what am I grateful for from last quarter? I'm grateful for Donna showing us the HELOC and how to do finances that way, even though I was not able to get a HELOC or PLOC. I was able to get a credit consolidation loan, which I feel like is going to be key to me actually getting my debt totally paid off by October, which is that is a goal. I'm gonna be so mad if I don't make it. That is a, well, I want to say set in stone goal, but you know, life happens, so you can't really say that. But I'm very grateful for Donna showing us the way, paving the way for all of us. What am I most excited for this quarter? What am I most excited about for this quarter? Well, we're in the second quarter, and I'd say the most exciting thing was paying off me Jeep. That was exciting. My third quarter, the only goal I have as of right now for third quarter is starting my savings for Christmas, because we all know what a burden Christmas is. Christmas is rough. Christmas is very rough. I don't know. I'm hoping that the family, they were kind of talking about after Christmas this last year, possibly not doing presents like we usually do. But we'll see. It's hard to convince everybody that we shouldn't do presents. And I know definitely Mom won't agree to that. That's her favorite part of Christmas, is giving us gifts. Let's see, you guys. Make sure that you're going and checking out everybody. Now Donna has, which I'll have had everything on the screen, but Donna has the motivational calendar with everybody's names on it, the mindset, motivational, and mindfulness worksheet with all the questions. It also comes with the 5 R's of mindfulness: recognize, relax, review, respond, and return. And then the very last page is thanking everybody for their participation, and it shows everybody who's involved in this motivational month. So just make sure you guys go get all of that from Donna, and make sure you go check out Traveling and Savings Chief that was on Monday, Leela Budgets on Friday, and Bayesian Girl Budgets on Saturday. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with ADHD Lake and Bacon. But y'all have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.